ओम वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारंभं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। 89th class. Can repeat. वासुदेवेन्द्रयोगीन्द्रं नत्वा ज्ञानप्रदं गुरुम्
वासुदेवेन्द्र योगीन्द्रं दत्त्वा ज्ञानप्रदं गुरुम्
मुमुक्षूणां हितार्थाय तत्त्वबोधोऽभिधीयते।
मुमुक्षूणां हितार्थाय तत्त्वबोधोऽभिधीयते।
We have been seeing the topic called Srishti. Srishti meaning the creation. The better translation is projection. The projection, that is this. This prapancha, which is projected, that is called Srishti. That is Srishtam. It is created. That is why it is called Srishti. The creator is Srishtikarta. Srishtikartru Ishvaraha. Topic is even though we say it is Srishti, and the Srishtam is nothing but the Srishtikarta Ishvara. Therefore, when we discuss Srishti, we have to discuss Ishvara. Ishvara is nothing but the total, the samashti, everything. Total means all inclusive. Everything is included in that, the whole, the Purnam, that which is all inclusive, that is Ishvara Bhagavan. So therefore, the topic is called Srishti, Samashti Srishti Vichara, otherwise called Ishvara. So when we discuss total, it is nothing but the discussion on Ishvara. As we discussed the individual at Karana level, Sukshma level, and Stula level. Similarly, the total also at 3 levels. Karana, the Karanam is Maya. At the Sukshma level, that is called Hiranyagarbha. The total at the gross level, Stula level, total Stula level, it is called Virat. If you remember, previously we have seen Vyashti Karana Sharira Abhimani is called Prajnaha. Vyashti Karana Sharira. Similarly, Vyashti Sukshma Sharira Abhimani Atma is called Tejasa. Vyashti Stula Sharira Abhimani is called Vishvaha. Iti, the Atma given 3 names at 3 levels. Similarly, Ishvara also given 3 names at 3 levels. As a Jiva, the Atma at 3 levels, as an individual, the Atma given 3 names at 3 levels. Similarly, Paramatma also given 3 names at 3 levels. Samashti Karana Sharira Abhimani Atma or Brahma is called Ishvara. It is Maya Sagita Brahma. Samashti Sukshma Sharira. Sharira means this, that the Shariram at the Samashti level is the total Shariram, that is this Jagat, the Prapancha, which is the Shariram of the Ishvara. Now at the Sukshma level, the Shariram, at the Sukshma level, the Shariram, that is Samashti Sukshma Sharira, Brahma is called Hiranyagarbha. That's a technical name, Hiranyagarbha. Similarly, Samashti Stula Sharira Abhimani, Brahma is called, when you say Samashti, it is Brahma. Even if you use Atma or Brahma, there is no problem in it. You can use. Samashti Stula Sharira Abhimani is called Virat. So, Prajnaha Tejasaha Vishwaha at individual level, Vyashti level. At the Samashti level is called Ishvara, Hiranyagarbha, Virat. So, therefore, the word Ishvara, even though it is technical, we use the word Ishvara meaning Brahma, Bhagavan. Now, we have seen in the Srishti Prakaranam which begin with the creation of Panchamahabhutani. That is how we started the topic of Srishti. Brahmashaya Maya. Maya is Trigunatmika Maya, from which the Sukshma Bhutani are born. And the Sukshma Bhutani, from the Sukshma Bhutani, Sukshma Bhautika Srishti. Sukshma Bhautika Srishti was created. That is, each sense organ born from the Sattva Guna of each element. Shrotram Chakshus iti Shrotrendriyani, Chakshurindriyani iti Indriyani. They are born from Sattva Guna of each element. And the Antakaranam, the mind, is born from the Sattva Guna of all the 5 elements. That is Sukshma Pancha Maha Bhutani. And we have seen the Pancha Karmendriyani are born from the Rajoguna of each element. And Prana is born from the Rajoguna of all the 5 elements, 5 subtle elements. So this is Sukshma Sharira Srishti. As it is at the Sukshma level, Sukshma Sharira level, individual level, similarly at the total also. At the total level also, when we discuss Karmendriyani, we discussed the Devata, the presiding deities at the total. So that is why we discussed Manaso Devata Chandraha iti, we discussed Devata. At the individual level, we discussed about the Indriyani, the creation of this Indriyani. At the total level, we just mentioned the name of the Devata. It means the Devatas, the presiding deities at the Sukshma level are there. That is the Sukshma Prapancha Srishti. Now Sukshma is created. Now from Sukshma, Stula is born. And how this Sukshma, from Sukshma, Stula is born, Stula Srishti, Katam Bhavati, Tamoguna of all the 5 subtle elements, Sukshma Pancha Mahabhutani, contributed for Stula Srishti. The Tamo Amsha of all the elements undergoes a process called Panchikaranam, which we discussed in detail in the last class and also before that. Undergoes Panchikaranam. Panchikaranam is the compounding process, grossification process, by which Stula Bhutani are born. Stula Bhutanis are those Bhutani which we perceive with our sense organs. From these Panchastula Bhuta, Pancha Bhautikani are created. Bhautikani means product. Pancha Bhautikani is the product, is a karyam, which is the combination of all the 5 gross elements. This Shariram, Stula Shariram, is Pancha Bhautika. It is created from the Panchabhuta. So therefore it becomes Bhautika. Sukshma Shariram is also Bhautika, because Sukshma Shariram consisting of 17 components, Saptadasha Kalabhihi, that is also a Bhautika. Karmendriyani, Jnanendriyani, all those are born from Bhuta. That which are born from Bhuta put together becomes a Bhautika. Sukshma Shariram is a Bhautika, Sukshma Bhautika Srishti. Stula Shariram is also Bhautikani, Stula Bhautika Srishti. So from that, from the 5 gross elements, the gross elements are born by the process of Panchikaranam. From that, This Stula Shariram is created etebhyaha panchikrita pancha mahabhutebhyaha Stula Shariram bhavati. So from the Stula Bhuta, Stula Shariram is born. Stula Shariram is made of the five elements. Five elements combined together, it has become. So therefore, it is Bhautika. It is called Bhautika. Stula Bhautikam. At the this is at the individual level, Vyashti level. What about at the Samashti level? Stula Prapancham. Stula Prapancham also is created from this Sukshma Bhuta only. Therefore, it is combination of the five subtle elements, which becomes the gross world, Stula Prapancham. Therefore, it is Stula Bhautikam. You should understand the difference between Bhautikam and Bhuta. Bhutas are those which have not undergone any Panchikaranam process. Bhautikas are nothing but the Karya, the product. They are the combination of Sukshma Bhuta or the combination of the Karya of the Sukshma Bhutas. That is called Bhautikam. Now, as Stula Shariram is made of Stula Pancha Mahabhutani, similarly, Stula Prapancham also is made up of Stula Pancha Mahabhutani, Panchabhutani, five gross elements. So, therefore, Srishti topic, under Srishti topic, we have seen, in short, Maya Sagita Brahmanaha Sukshma Bhutani Sambhutani. I'm just putting it as simple words. Maya Sagita Brahmanaha Sukshma Bhutani Sambhutani. Where it is there? It is there in the Srishti, the beginning itself. Just put it in simple, 3 lines put together. Tataha Akasha Sambhutaha Akasha Dvayuhu. That is simply we can put it in 1 line. Maya Sagita Brahmanaha Sukshma Bhutani Sambhutani. Sukshma Bhutebhyaha Sukshma Bhautikam Stula Bhutani api bhavanti. The whole Panchikaranam process and the creation of the gross elements and the Bhautikam, just put it in 1 line, condensing the whole this topic. Sukshma Bhutebhyaha Stula Bhautikam. Stula Bhautikam is Stula Bhutani, that is bhavanti. Stula Bhutebhyaha Stula Bhautikam bhavati. So Sukshma Bhutebhyaha Stula Bhutani, Stula Bhutebhyaha Stula Bhautikani. So from the Maya Sagita Brahma, subtle elements are born. From the subtle elements, subtle elementals are born. And the example for subtle elements is Akasha, Vayu, Ityadi. They are the subtle elements. And subtle elementals are, as I said, Sukshma Shariram is an example for subtle elemental Bhautikam. Sukshma Shariram made up of the 5 Jnanendriya, Karmendriya. They all put together only make the Sukshma Shariram. Therefore, Sukshma Shariram is Sukshma Bhautikam. And that Sukshma Prapancham is also Sukshma Bhautikam only. That is, the Prapancha, the total at the Sukshma level is also the combination of the 5 subtle elements. Therefore, Sukshma Bhautikam. Sukshma Sharira at the Samashti level. That is also Sukshma Bhautikam only. So, in the creation process, the first step is the formation, the production of Sukshma Bhutas. From the Sukshma Bhutas, Sukshma Bhautika. Then the second step is from the Sukshma Bhutas, Stula Bhutas are born. From the Stula Bhutas, Stula Bhautikas are born. This is what the creation about. In simple words, Sukshma Bhutani, First step is Sukshma Bhutani Sambhavanti. Sukshma Bhutebhyaha Stula Bhautikani. Then Sukshma Bhutebhyaha Stula Bhautikani. Stula Bhutani. Stula Bhutebhyaha Stula Bhautikani. And this Stula Shariram is Stula Bhautikam. Stula, similarly, at the total level also. Stula Prapancham is also made of Sukshma Bhuta. Therefore, Stula Prapancham also Stula Bhautikam. So when we discussed Yashti, Samashti also is included in that. As it is in the Yashti, so it is in the Samashti. So these are the steps which we discussed. And who is the creator? Brahma, Shaya, Maya, that is Ishvara, Bhagavan with Maya Upadhi. That is important. Bhagavan with Maya Upadhi. That is Ishvara, who is Nimitta Karanam, who is the maker, and is also the material. Maya is the material. Material is not away from the maker. That also we discuss it elaborately. If the material is away, then it will result in Dvaitam. So Dvaitam is a problem. If Dvaitam is there, where is Moksha? Dvaitadhi bhayam bhavati. Where Dvaitam is, there the fear means the sambandha between Bhagavan and you is, you have to always please your master. There is no pleasing. When everything is Bhagavan, you are also nothing but Bhagavan, not part of the Bhagavan, Bhagavan only. Therefore, there is that understanding is required. Bhakti is not pleasing. Bhakti is understanding. That is jnana. In fact, bhakti is jnana. Many people, they wrongly understand. Bhakti is pleasing. Devotion is pleasing. Bhagavan will not be pleased because he knows what pleasing is. Bhakti is understanding. Understanding clearly the truth. Understanding the vastu. Understanding the tattva as it is. And appreciating that. That exhibition, the manifestation of the understanding. That is what is called bhakti. When you have jnanam, which is nothing other than bhakti, then you act in such a way that you don't disturb the order. You don't violate the order. You are in line with the order of this order, which is nothing but Bhagavan. The order that you see in the Srishti. Order means the laws. The laws are there and the law maker is there. The laws are not different than the law maker. So you don't violate the laws. It means you are in line with the order. That is called bhakti, and that is the manifestation of your jnana, the knowledge. Therefore, knowledge is nothing but bhakti. In Viveka Chudamani, Bhashyakara, Shankaracharya says, defines what is bhakti. Svasvarupa anusandanam bhakti iti abhidhiyate. Atma anusandanam, understanding oneself. That is called a bhakti. Without understanding oneself, the truth of oneself, there cannot be real bhakti. It will be bhakti only at the surface level. It is not real bhakti. The bhakti also will fade away. So, therefore, that is why we in the Advaita Vedanta, in the Vedanta, this jnanam is what the important thing is. It's everything is. Everything should subserve jnanam or the manifestation of this jnanam. Even a karma yoga, what we discussed in Gita, you become a karma yogi you do karma yoga and become qualified for jnanam, we say. Then you pursue jnanam, shravana, manana, nididhyasana, etc. And after jnanam, whatever a karma yogi does, that becomes natural. In the preparatory step, you have to deliberately put effort. But once you become a jnani, a jnanavit, then what as a sadhaka you did, that becomes natural. That is why in the Sitaprajna Lakshana, Arjuna asked, you tell me the characteristics of a Sitaprajna so that I act or behave in such a way, the jnani act, so that I will get the end. The idea is the sadhyam of a jnani. As a jnani behaves, a sadhaka behave. Behave means adopt the means to become that. A jnani is a shanta purushaha. It doesn't get agitated, or it doesn't get disturbed. He has got atmana he has got santushta, satisfied with atma, and we are seeing that indriyas are all under his management. All those qualities we saw, this dhamma, shama, etc. Those characteristics which are naturally there in a jnani, that a sadhaka has to practice it during the stage of sadhana. He has to deliberately practice, which are natural for a jnani. So that is which is natural for a jnani has to be deliberately practiced by a sadhaka. Similarly, this karma yoga is deliberate practice of what a jnani naturally does. Therefore, by karma yoga, you become qualified to be a jnani. Similarly, bhakti also. Bhakti is what? Appreciation of the order. As a jnani, spontaneously. For jnani, it is spontaneous. Is Ishvara. Is Ishvara. Is Ishvara. So that appreciation of the order is natural and spontaneous in the jnani. That a sadhaka has to practice. That is what we call as bhakti. And that bhakti is wrongly understood to be pleasing. You please the Bhagavan. How? By conducting oneself in line with the order. Understanding Ishvara. Understanding the Tattva. Therefore, that is called bhakti. That is why bhakti is, we define it as Swaswarupana. That is the highest definition. For the beginners, we don't say that. Beginners is this Swami Shishya Sambandha, the master and servant, that seva and that attitude that we say in the beginning. That is at the beginning. Bhaktas are also of different types. Bhaktas, and as we saw in Gita, Bhakta are of 4 different types. In Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Krishna says, Artha Bhakti, Artharthi Bhaktaha, Jigyasu Bhaktaha, Jnani Bhakta. Jnani is the ultimate Bhakta. Jnani to Atmaiva me matam. Jnanis are not different from me, Bhagavan Krishna says. Jigyasu, the desirer for Jnanam, is also a Bhakta. Those who are after Artha Kama, they are also Bhakta. They pray to Bhagavan asking for Artha Kama. They are also Bhakta only. And those who are in problem, they pray to Bhagavan to be free from the problem. They are also Bhakta. Among all the 4 types of Bhakta, Jnani is the ultimate bhakta. Jnani, not even bhakta. He says bhakta, when you say, that becomes a second person, another person. Bhagavan Krishna says Jnani is myself. Jnani tu atmaiva me matam, is myself. Bhagavan Krishna Paramatma says that Jnani, the individual, is myself. So there itself you can see the Aikyam. Bhagavan Krishna as Paramatma, as Ishvara says that Jnani, who is Vyashti, is myself. So there is a Aikyam between the Vyashti and Samashti. The Vyashti Jiva, who is a Jnani, Bhagavan Krishna says, is myself. Krishna is Samashti, the total. Total and the individual, between the total and the individual, there is no difference. No difference means it is Aikyam. That is what finally here in the Srishti Prakaranam, here the author says, that is a line we read in the last class. We will read that. Evam pinda brahmanda yogo.
Evam pinda brahmanda
yogo.
Aikyam sambhutam.
Aikyam
sambhutam.
Aikyam I explained through a different angle. But here in this topic, in this text, the Aikyam is now being said after Srishti. The Aikyam is author pointing out. Aikyam sambhutam. You have to understand, up to this previous line, Stula Shariram Bhavati. We discussed up to Stula Shariram. Then suddenly the author says, Evam Pinda Brahmanda Yogo Aikyam Sambhutam. How are you going to connect? From these Stula Bhutat, Stula Bhautikam, Stula Bhuta means Panchikrita Bhuta, Mahabhutebhyaha Stula Shariram Bhavati. Then suddenly author says, Evam Pinda Brahmanda Yogo Aikyam Sambhutam. Pinda is individual. Brahmanda is total. The Aikyam is oneness. Evam, thus there is oneness between the Pinda, that is Vyashti, and Brahmanda, that is Samashti. Now, what is the connection? Up to Stula Shariram only we discussed. Then suddenly the author says, Aikyam Sambhutam. Aikyam is there. Therefore, we need to understand. We need to explain this, elaborate this, and understand this Vakyam. After Srishti, suddenly Aikyam is talked about. What Aikyam? Here the word Aikyam also have to be understood. What Aikyam is talking about? Aikyam meaning oneness. But oneness is the Tatparyam of the Shastram. Jiveshwara Aikyam. There is oneness between the individual Jiva and the total Ishvara. That is called Jiva Ishvara Aikyam. That is what is presented through the Mahavakya. Tattvamasi, Aham Brahmasmi. Aham Brahma Asmi. Aham, the individual, the Vyashti. Brahma, the total, the Samashti. Asmi, I am Brahma. I am that. Tat Tvam Asi. You are that. That is the Aikyam. Is that the Aikyam talked about here? If that is the Aikyam, the previous line, it has to be the discussion about the nature of the individual and the total, and we have to drop the upadhi, and then we have to talk about Aikyam. See, there is oneness between the individual and the total when we say, individually, I am limited to this shariram, this body. And the total is the whole prapancha. The prapancha body is, compared to that body, my body is nothing, insignificant. Because the previous line is Stula Shariram. Stula Shariram is the Upadhi is talked about. After Upadhi, Aikyam Sambhutam, when you say, do you mean to say that Aikyam, the oneness at the Upadhi level? At the Upadhi level, there cannot be Aikyam at all. How can there be oneness at the Upadhi level? Upadhi means the body. As an individual, I have this limited Upadhi, this Shariram, which have got all the limitations. I am confined to a very limited space and available at a certain time. All limitations are there with this individual. At Samashti level, the total, the Prapancha is the Upadhi of Bhagavan, Ishvara. And within the Samashti, this individual, this Vyashti Upadhi is included, is a part of it. It is different also. Samashti Upadhi is there, Vyashti Upadhi is there. There is a clear difference. I interact with the world. The world is different from me. At the Upadhi level, at the body level, it is different. If it is not different, how can I interact with the world? So at the Upadhi level, it is different. Without appreciating the difference, there cannot be any transaction. I open my eyes, I see the mountain. If there is no difference, then I won't be able to see the mountain. If everything at the Upadhi level is me, then I cannot see mountain as something different from me. So at Upadhi level, it is different. So here Aikyam Sambhutam, when we say, what does it mean Aikyam? Does it mean the Aikyam what is presented through the Mahavakya Tattvamasi? No, that is not the Aikyam here. Why we say? Because the previous line was Stula Shariram. Stula Shariram Sambhavati. The individual gross body is born. And after that you say Pinda Brahmanda Yoga Aikyam Sambhutam. Here it is, Aikyam is not the Aikyam as it is presented through the Mahavakya Tattvamasi. That is not the Aikyam here. Here, the Aikyam means what? That we need to understand. That is the external physical world. That is called the total, the cosmos, Brahmanda. That is nothing but, which is Bhautikani, Pancha Bhautikani, it's a 5 elemental, it's made of five elements, therefore elemental. Our body also, physical body, individual Shariram is also made of 5 elements, it is also elemental, Bhautika. So the individual, the Vyashti called Pinda, and the Samashti, the total Brahmanda, both are made from Stula Bhutas. Therefore, they are Stula Bhautikas. And there is oneness, Aikyam. That is, there is oneness between the individual and the total and the Jagat. There is oneness between the individual and total at all the levels, Sukshma level, Stula level, and also at the Karana level. Because Pinda and Anda meaning the total, Pinda is the individual. They have a certain identity. What identity? Because the identity is because of the elements out of which they are made. They are made of same elements. Being made of the same elements, therefore they have identity. At the gross level, there is identity. At the subtle level, also there is identity. The external subtle world is made of 5 elements. So too your subtle body is also made of 5 elements, 5 subtle elements. Therefore, there is identity. There is identity between the individual body and the physical universe at all levels. Stula level, Sukshma level, at Karana level. That is why when we discussed individual, the total is as well discussed. because they are made from the same elements. Panchamahabhutas becomes Stula Bhuta, from Stula Bhuta become Stula Bhautika. External world, the Prapancha is Stula Bhautika, this body is also Stula Bhautika. That is identity, that is the Aikyam. At the Sukshma level also, the same, at Karana level also. So, therefore Aikyam. This Aikyam can be explained in another way also. This Jagat Karanam is this Maya Sahita Brahma, which is the Upadana Karanam, the material cause. It is not born, it is always is there. It is always is there. It is the order. It is in the form of the order that pervades the entire, the created Sukshma Shariram and the subtle organs and this Stula Prapancha. When it is unmanifest, it is called Pralayam. When it is manifest, it is called projection or creation. So therefore, it is not born. It is just a manifestation and unmanifestation. So therefore, we say it is Anadi. Similarly, at the Sukshma level also, it is Anadi. Therefore, when we say creation is manifestation. Now, the connection between the Vyashti and Samashti, you see, if Vyashti is not there, where is Samashti? Unless the Vyashti, all Vyashtis are created, the individuals are created, there is no total. A forest is nothing but the collection of trees. So there has to be a number of trees. The trees only makes the forest. Without Vyashti Vriksha, there is no Samashti Vanam. There is no forest. Forest means nothing but a collection of trees. Tree as an individual, many trees put together becomes the Samashti Vanam. So if Vyashti is not created, where is Samashti? So there are, unless all Vyashtis are created, there is no Samashti. Unless Samashti is there, then no creation. So therefore, when we discuss the Vyashti, Samashti is as well, it is comes and walks in. Now this connection between the Vyashti and the Samashti. The connection between the Vyashti and the Samashti is, the Samashti is not different from Vyashti in the sense, when Vyashtis are created, Vyashti, the many Vyashtis, many individuals are created, become the total. Therefore, it is Aikyam, it is oneness. That is, as the Vyashti is not different from Samashti, and Samashti, when we say, it is all nothing but Vyashti. That is the Aikyam. And also, the Samashti are made of from the same elements and elementals as the Vyashtis are made of, because they are not different at the Upadhi level, Therefore, Aikyam. The elements and elementals, that is Bhutani and Bhautikani, they constitute this Pinda and Brahmanda. Therefore, Aikyam. Therefore, there is Aikyam. The individual is not independent of the total. We can put it Aikyam as in that way. The individual is not independent of the total. Similarly, the total is not independent of the individual. But when we say total, the individual has to be there. And the individual Vyashti is there because the total is there. So, therefore, Aikyam. And at the Tattva level, we will say that is what is Jiveshwaraikam, and that is going to be the next topic. That is Tat Tvam Asi. That is called Mahavakya. The Tatparyam of the Shastram is this Mahavakyam. This Aikya, the Aikya Bodhartha Vakyam is called Mahavakyam. Aikyam is the oneness. That which conveys the oneness is called Mahavakyam. Great sentence. The oneness, what the Shastram says, not at the Upadhi level, the oneness as a truth, as a Tattvam, what the Shastram says, not at the Upadhi level, it is at the level, it is at the level of the Tattvam, the reality. At the Upadhi level, there is no oneness. But understand, at the Upadhi level, there cannot be oneness. Individual is limited, total is unlimited. How can there be oneness? The oneness here, Pinda Brahmanda Yoga Aikyam, here oneness, because they are made up of the same elements, therefore identity. Here, since we have not discussed, since the author has not discussed the total, only discussed the individual, therefore, as the individual is, so the total is. That is the Aikyam. When we discuss the individual, the total is as well discussed. Because as it is in the individual, so it is in the total. The total is nothing but the collection of the individual. Therefore, Aikyam. At the Upadhi level, the creation, there is a identity in terms of its creation. That's all. But minus Upadhi level, is there Aikyam or not? That Aikyam is what is pointed out by the Mahavakyam, Tattvamasi. That is the Tatparyam of the Shastram. For that, the status of the individual and the status of the total has to be discussed. So that is why we discuss the Srishti topic. So the Tatparyam of the Shastram is not to present the Srishti. The Tatparyam of the Shastram is not to present the creation process. How creation came, that is not the scope of the Shastram, but it is presented because the Shastram has the commitment, has the intention to present the Aikyam at the Tattva level, the truth at the level, at the Paramarthika level, not at the Vyavaharika level. What we discuss the Srishti is Vyavaharikam. It is the transactory level. Transaction is Srishti. At the transactory level, at the Vyavaharika level, there is no Aikyam. The individual is there, the total is there. If you say Aikyam, it is nothing but the similarity between the individual and the total. When my body, my individual shariram is examined and the functioning of the organs are understood, so too with other bodies. With any human body, it is going to be one body analysis. Anatomy of one body is enough to understand the functioning of the other bodies. That is the order. How we have Vyashti Shariram functions with all its organs. If you do anatomy of that and the study of one body, study of all the bodies. All the bodies. What is all the bodies? That is Samashti. That is the Aikyam. That is what here the word Aikyam is. So we need to understand here what is this Aikyam is. Now, let me explain the Aikyam at the Tattva level also, so that you will understand both this very distinctively. We have seen that the Sukshma Bhutas which are created, they are not separate from Brahma. Need to remember all those things. Brahmashaya Maya, Sattva Guna, Sattva Rajas Tamo Gunatmika Maya Asti, Tataha Akasha Sambhutaha, we said. So Akasha, etc., which are born, these elements are born from Maya Sagita Brahma, therefore they are not different from Brahma. The karyam is not different from karanam. That you need to remember. The pot is not different from clay. So the elements are not separate from Brahma. Out of the elements, this only the Stula Shariram came. Therefore, the Stula Shariram is also not different from Brahma. When we say Stula Shariram not different from Brahma, what about Sukshma Shariram? That is also not different from Brahma. All of them are born from Maya Sagita Brahma. Therefore, it is all the way, it is Brahma alone, Bhagavan alone. And Maya is the Upadana Karam, the material cause, and Maya is Mithya. It doesn't exist apart from Brahma. It is not separate from Brahma. Therefore, anything which is born of Maya Upadanam, that is also Mithya. Mithya meaning they are not separate from Brahma. Therefore, when everything is not separate from Brahma, when we say everything, everything means at the Karana level, Sukshma level, at the Stula level also, the Prapancha, everything is born from Brahma and they are not different from Brahma. So therefore, all that here is only Brahma alone. All that is here is Ishvara. That is the statement of Pujya Swamiji. Everything here, all that is here is Ishvara. It is the statement which comes from the mouth of the person based on understanding. You have to see that. You have to see the meaning of the statement. It is not just repeating the words of Pujya Swamiji. It is, you have to see. The words are nothing but the words of the Shastram. And it is, when we utter this Vakya, it is out of understanding, not by Tattvamasi, you become a Jnani. Understanding only. So when the elements, the Sukshma Bhutas, from that, the Stula, everything is born. Everything is born from Brahma. So they are not separate from Brahma because Karyam is not separate from the Karanam. Therefore, this Karya Prapancha is not different from Brahma. So everything is Brahma. That is the Mahavakya. When everything is Brahma, what about you, the individual? You are also Brahma. So you are also Brahma. When we said, are we talking about at the Upadhi level? Upadhi level, it is not, you are not Brahma. Upadhi level, you are limited. The Shariram is limited. The mind is limited. All the powers associated with the body is limited. At the Upadhi level, there is limitation. So dropping the Upadhi, when you say Tat Tvam Asi, the Tvam is not merely, the Tvam is not a physical body. It's not just a physical body. At the physical, between the physical, individual physical body and the total body, Aikyam in terms of the elements out of which they are made. That Aikyam is different. So the Tvam, what we say in the Tattvamasi, you have to drop the physical body. You have to drop the Upadhi. Physical body means physical, subtle, as well as the Karana Shariram. All the bodies, all the Upadhis drop. What remains? Dropping the bodies. That is what the word Tvam means. Therefore, Tvam is not the physical body. It is not the subtle body. It is that without any Upadhi. What is that? It is Atma, Pratyagatma, the Chaitanyam, the consciousness. Because Pratyagatma, Chaitanyam, the consciousness is there. Therefore, only all the Upadhis are functioning. All the Upadhis are active because of this Chaitanyam. When this Chaitanyam, which manifests through this Sukshma Shariram, and the Sukshma Shariram is not there, the body becomes Jada. Chaitanyam is there, all the way Chaitanyam, it is there everywhere, but the body becomes Jada when Sukshma Shariram is not there. So, therefore, this Chaitanyam, when we recognize it as myself, it is Satyam. That is alone is Satyam, that is alone is the truth. Then all these Sharirams are Mithya. The Shariram, they borrow existence, they borrow sentiency from this Chaitanyam, and that is the truth of you, and that is what is indicated by the word Tvam. In the Mahavakyam, Tvam. Tvam is Chaitanyam, minus Upadhi, dropping the Upadhi, dropping all the limitations. What is left out is the pure you, the Shuddha Chaitanya. Similarly, in Tatpadam, Tat means a total, Samashti. That is at the Samashti level. At the Samashti level also, the Samashti Stula Shariram, the Samashti Sukshma Shariram, the Karana Shariram, they are all not different from Brahma, and they are therefore they are Mithya. So dropping these bodies at the Samashti level, what is there is Brahma. Therefore, at the individual, this Pratyagatma, at the total, it is Brahma. Both are one, same, Chaitanyam. That is the Aikyam. Aikyartha Bodhaka Vakyam, Mahavakyam. So in the Mahavakyam, Tatatvam Asi, there the Aikyam pointed out at the Tattva level. Here the Aikyam is pointed out at the Upadhi level. At the Upadhi level, differences are there. At the Aikya level, at the Atma level, no difference. That is the teaching. That is the teaching of the Shastram. Therefore, what is the nature? What is the nature of this individual? Agam, Atma, I Atma. The physical body, with the physical body, without physical body, with Shariram, with any Shariram, Sukshma or Karana or this Stula Shariram, with or without that, I Atma, I continue to be Atma, that is my Swarupa. Sat Chit Ananda, that is a Lakshanam. Agam Sat, Agam Chit, Agam Ananda Swarupaha, Atma. Similarly, at the total level also, Brahma, which is the truth, at the total, and Brahma is Satyam. It is Jnanam. It is Anantam. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Satchit Ananda Atma and Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Therefore, Atma is Brahma. That is the Aikyam. That is the teaching. That is the Tatparyam of the Shastra. So, therefore, the oneness. Wave is water. Ocean is also water. Ocean is Samashti. Wave is Vyashti. There is oneness between the wave and the ocean. Because wave is water, ocean is also water. There is oneness between the wave and the ocean in terms of its tattvam, that is the water. Water is the tattvam of wave and ocean. Similarly, at the individual Atma, at the total, it is Atma. At the total, we give the name Brahma. Atma is Brahma. As the wave is the ocean. Wave is the ocean, can we say? At the Upadhi level, you cannot say. Wave is small, ocean is big. But at the Tattva level, that is water, as water, they are not different. Wave cannot be different from the ocean, essentially. Wave is different from the ocean at the Upadhi level, but at the Tattva level, Tattva means in this example, Drishtanta, at the water level, wave cannot be different from the ocean. Similarly, between the individual, which is called Jivatma, and the total Paramatma, there is Aikyam at the Upadhi level as well as at the Tattva level. Upadhi level, with all the differences being there, at the total level, the differences are dropped and it is equated at the Tattva level. So, the recognition of the truth of the essential oneness that is presented through the Mahavakya, that is a Tatparyam of the Shastra, that is a main teaching. For that, to present that, we need to understand, we need to discuss, evaluate, discuss, do vichara of the the Upadhi also, because we are identified with the Upadhi that accounts for samsara. Therefore, we have to study the nature of the individual as well as the total. Therefore, the topic of creation becomes important, and that is secondary only. It is not the main teaching. It is not the main teaching of the Shastra. Therefore, whether you believe in what Shastram says about creation or not, it doesn't matter, because it is not the Tatparyam of the Shastra. It's a model. It's a 5 elementary model presented and Aikyam pointed out at the Upadhi level. That is not the Tatparyam. You can have your own idea. You can have your own idea about the model. Any model can be proposed. That is the job of the scientists. They proposed new theory of evolution. That is not the scope of the Shastram. For creation, Shastram is not the Pramanam. Shastram presents a model. And therefore it is not the Tatparyam. Because why it is not the model? Why it is not the Tatparyam? It is a model. Why it is not Tatparyam? Because creation itself is Mithya. Creation itself Mithya, and the creation itself is dismissed. Where is creation? Really speaking, there is no creation. Where is pot? There is no really pot. What is there is only clay. You see it as a pot, but a Jnani will see it as only clay. You give so much importance to the name and form. That doesn't have any weightage. But Jnani will see a pot as something but clay. It is clay only I see. Where is the pot? You give me pot. You give me pot, you keep the clay. You cannot separate it. Therefore, pot really doesn't exist. That is the vision of the Jnani. That is, the creation is Mithya. So, that is why Bhashyakara, because it is Mithya, creation is Mithya, Shankara Bhagavad Pada, he says in one place, let's not waste our time in discussing unimportant things. The creation, that is, unimportant thing with how the creation came, where is Bhagavan, how the material came, all those things. This is just to appease the curiosity. That's all. Because with the doubts, all these doubts, one cannot study the Shastram. So therefore, Shastram, taking into consideration the condition, the mental condition of the students, the sadhakas, Shastram also presents as though the creation is there, really the creation is there, presents, and finally dismisses the creation, asking where is creation. In Mandukya Upanishad, Gaudapadacharya goes to the extent of saying there is no creation at all. Where is creation? Show me the creation. It is not there. So, what is important to understand is the essential nature, the swarupam of the creator. If at all, if you use the word creator, the swarupam of the creator is swarupam of myself. There is no difference. The difference is Mithya. The difference is Mithya. After discussing creation for so many classes, then we say the creation topic is not important. That is how it is, because we are discussing Mithya. We are discussing Mithya to understand it is Mithya. So therefore, see, if you know it is Mithya, then you don't have to discuss. But we don't know it is Mithya. Therefore, we need to discuss. We need to discuss and understand. Once you understand it's Mithya, don't give importance to that. So what is important is that Swarupam of Brahma, then the Ishvara, is Swarupam of myself. As in the pot world, there are no differences between the pots. There may be small pots, big pots, they are all nothing but clay only. Similarly, the Swarupam is clay only. Similarly, there is no difference between the Jivatma and the Paramatma at the Tattva level. Tattvam is what is presented through the Mahavakya, Tattvamasi. That is a Tatparyam, and that is going to be the next topic. Jiveshwara Aikyam. Having analyzed the individual, having discussed the total, appreciating the differences between the individual and the total at the Upadhi level. Now we are going to discuss the oneness at the Tattva level. The oneness at the Tattva level. So, when we say oneness, then the Upadhi has to be Nitya. Upadhi has to be understood as Nitya. That is why so long discussion and elaboration. So, this topic, what is going to come, Jiveshwara Aikyam, there also Aikyam is there. And Pinda Brahmanda Yogo Aikyam is there. That Aikyam, need to understand the differences. There is difference between the two Aikyam. Even the word Pinda, even the Vakyam Pinda Brahmanda Yoga Aikyam, we can interpret it as the Aikyam at the Tattva level, but that is not there because it comes under the topic of Srishti. Therefore, because it comes under the topic of Srishti, therefore the Aikyam there, we have to understand it as the Aikyam, the oneness, because of the Karana, the elements out of which they are born. They are born of the same elements. Therefore, Aikyam. That is the Aikyam in the Brahmanda Yoga Aikyam. I am made of these. I am made of 5 elements. Similarly, you are also made of 5 elements. Everybody is made up of 5 elements. Therefore, there is Aikyam. Therefore, only study of one body, study of all the bodies. That is the Aikyam there. Whereas the next topic, which is the Tatparyam of the Shastram, that Aikyam is what is we are going to discuss. Dropping the Upadhi, understanding the essential nature of Jiva. Dropping the Upadhi only, you can understand the essential nature of Jiva, the individual. Similarly, dropping the Upadhi at the total, understand the essential nature of the Brahma. And dropping the Upadhi, what is the dropping the Upadhi at the Veshti level? What is Atma? And the Atma is Sat Chit Atma. And dropping the Upadhi at the total, Brahma is Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Therefore, Atma and Brahma, Jivatma and Brahma, which is Paramatma. So, Jiva Paramatmanogo, the Aikyam, that is what is going to be discussed in the next topic, Jiveshwara Aikyam. That we will discuss. So, we will discuss in the next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
धन्यवाद
धन्यवाद
गुरुजी.
धन्यवाद गुरुजी.
धन्यवाद.